So I've noticed this particular malevolent entity that is attached and testing many people right now, including myself, that I'm just now realizing. What it'll do is it'll feed you ideas and feed you thoughts that will lead you to be narcissistic and selfish, and it'll deceive you into thinking that the world is against you and the people that have always loved you and supported you and had your back since day one are out to get you, and that they're not to be trusted. The spiritual warfare at this point has just gotten out of hand, crazy, more intense than ever. And I guarantee you that some of you guys watching this right now are either possessed or you have something attached to you that's been affecting you negatively, that you're totally unaware of. But with this particular entity I'm speaking of, right, I've noticed that it'll attack people, it'll test people who are in their ego and think they know it all, but they lack awareness in a particular area. They have a blind spot. And this is why it's important to make sure you don't OD on the knowledge, guys. Don't rush the journey. I've noticed people will rush their spiritual awakening. They overload their brain on all this information. They learn that they're in a matrix, that there's a spiritual realm, and they might be the only awakened one in their family or amongst their friends, right? They might feel alone. So what happens is they become paranoid. They become delusional. They start thinking the world is against them, and they start to lose their human qualities. And they start to become controlled. This is something I've been dealing with for a long time now that I'm just now realizing. And now that I realize it in myself, I'm seeing it in so many people. It's crazy. I mean, this entity will feed you thoughts and have you fully convinced that you shouldn't trust or love someone that's really had your back and has really done right by you. It'll convince you that you're fully healed and that you don't have any shadow work to do when really you do. You're just delusional and you're blind and you're being controlled. It even has the ability to portray itself as something else. You might think you're talking to an ancestor or the Most High, but you're really not. You're talking to that entity. So if this sounds like you need to just take a step back and sit with yourself. Ask yourself things like, why do I have the thoughts I have? Why do I do the things I do? Why is my life really the way it is?